I actually don't mind the brush spacing because in a way it does add a bit of texture. So we'll try to do this sort of thing, add like a darker value, kind of like that. So right now I think we have some kind of, it's a family, it's a triceratops. I'm not sure what kind it is. If it's like a fantasy type where you sort of make your own design, or if it's like or if it's based on actual like skeletons. But yeah, they kind of have this like beak things, so that's pretty cool. It would have been nice to like see real dinosaurs, right? And the fact that we don't really know what they look like, I mean, we can have like, you know, more educated guesses, which is great and all, but it's still different from seeing an actual like dinosaur. So I still have to see one with my own eyes to really like enjoy it. You know, I'm thinking, what if there are, because eventually, I mean, yeah, they died out for the most part, right? I mean, not, you know, birds are apparently like more related to dinosaurs. That's I mean, if you look at them, take away the feathers, they kind of look dinosaur-like anyway. Before I assumed it was like reptiles because they kind of look the same. They're very scaly and stuff like that, but they were there. Reptiles were there, but it wasn't like a dinosaur. Anyway, because what if eventually it led, like evolution would lead to like a humanoid version of a dinosaur? Like, would they be like reptilian? Just think of the typical reptilian being you would think of. I'm entering like conspiracy theory here territory, but I'm very into this kind of stuff because, you know, I want to believe in everything. But yeah, would it lead to that eventually? Yes, I'm just trying to draw like the major like signifying things. So I'm not sure where the let's do this cut here, paint over. Yeah, I want to bring this. The eye is actually somewhere interesting. You can actually see like the horns, like the brow coming like this. So the eyes are kind of being shielded from the environment almost. Yeah, imagine if they reach their humanoid version. Like, would they look like us, like humanoid as well? Because I think the humanoid figure, where you have like 2 arms, 2 legs, and some fingers, I think it's a very efficient design, right? Because without fingers, it's hard to like make things, design things. Like, you need something to be able to grab and make specific stuff and hold things. So anyway, let's add like some lighter values here just to help it pop out even more. I want to make it a little darker, like a dark gray. There you go. Because that's what's in the reference photo. Yeah, I don't want to think too much. Yeah, I'm not really designing anything. This thing has already been designed for me, so it's more about seeing what can this brush do. Oh yeah, there's this comic. It's called, I haven't read the full comic, but I've seen some pages of it, the first pages anyway. Like dinosaurs versus aliens, or aliens versus dinosaurs, something. I think that's the title. And it's essentially the aliens landed on planet Earth, or this version of Earth, where during the time of the dinosaurs, right? And I like how the dinosaurs were actually, you know, intelligent, where they would decorate themselves with like these tribalistic, I mean, they used skeletons of other dinosaurs to kind of decorate themselves, and the designs look really, really cool. So yeah, I just think it's a cool concept. Like, I would love to see a movie where aliens are fighting dinosaurs. Obviously, I'm rooting for the dinosaurs, but you know what I mean? Yeah, maybe I should have drawn this thing first, but you know, life happens. You know what I mean? But as a paintbrush, it's definitely a lot more opaque, which I do like. Yeah, I should learn how to pick the base colors first and worry about like the highlights and stuff like that later on. So base color, you know, like this. Add like this neck thing, goes like that. Add a darker value after that base color, and then pick like an orange to really show off that light. Because I'm guessing it's like sunset. I want to make it more yellow. Yeah, for the horn, yellow gray almost. Yeah, I'm not trying to be too detailed here, but or maybe I'm coping, but it's kind of hard to see the dinosaur right now. But it's there, guys. Trust me. Believe. The eyes is suggested a little bit, like that. There you go. Kind of caves in a bit. I'm not too satisfied with this drawing or painting, but let's make do with what we have. Yeah, I think I'm focusing too much time on like the color patterns, which I think is ruining my... It's kind of wasting a little bit of time. Let's hold the eye a little closer. It's kind of dark at the roots, and then we'll pick a lighter value. There you go, and fade that color out. Is that a dinosaur? Yeah, if I just fix the face, that's where it's gonna really work. I mean, let me just zoom out a little bit. There you go. Yeah, this can happen when you lose sight of the big picture. Your paint. This is not a bad approach technically, if it works for you. But the thing about it is, it can take some time before things start kind of making sense when you have this approach. So you can get frustrated when it doesn't turn out like the way or like how the reference is kind of looking, just because you're not thinking too much about like your goal. Maybe it's not to get it right immediately, and if you're okay with this kind of process where it sort of happens over time, or where the painting appears over time, then this is okay. But if you need something to kind of make sense, like if you know you won't feel confident if you don't have anything sort of grounded, then I think spend your first few moments in painting to really solidify like one part of the beast or your subject. What is the 10% or 20% that if you got that down right, it's gonna make your painting look more legit? More often than not, if it's like a figure, some kind of animal or something, or person, it's gonna be the face. Once you have that, I think you'll have more confidence, or just not panic when you're working on the other things, because like something is just solid there and kind of makes you feel good. I'll try this. Yeah, I could clean that up, but let me just erase these parts because I think this is not necessary as much. Should I add a bit of like a fade? Or I'll hit ink. Try this. What if I do this? Is that too much? I don't know. I think we can give it some space. Let me just hit that setting again. Yeah, I do this a lot where I make sure I tweak things to my liking, and it can change. Like once a brush is there, it doesn't mean it's gonna be like that forever. Sometimes I like adjusting, the pen pressure, texture, who knows. Yeah, basically I wanted to like fade out like this, where it's not too like harsh. Make it a bit more orange. Oh, it's kind of making a little more sense now. Oh. Yeah, this brush is a bit more accurate, so it may not be as good for making looser strokes. Because like this guy, wait, let me just, where is it? Oh shit, I lost it. Which brush was that? Oh no, it's over. I think. Is it the grass? Oh yeah, it's this guy. Right, I call it grass because it kind of looks like grass. For example, if I hit green, make the brush bigger, right? It kind of looks like grass. So sometimes that's how I name my brushes. Like it's not always exact or scientific. Yeah. If I use this brush, it's a bit different. Like I can build stuff. Like it has a certain bit of looseness to it. Wait, I think it used to be brush tip, direction of pen. Yeah. Sometimes I change this setting only because sometimes I use the my Gaomon M10K pen tablet, without the screen. Even though it has pen tilt, it's not fully functional. Like in certain angles, it's just not working. So I'll switch to a directional mode to, yeah. Which sucks, but I do like its size. Like it's the largest tablet I've had. It just helps a lot with my wrist. But right now my tablet is, my screen display tablet, my XPPen 22 is kind of laid down flat. Well, not flat, but laid down on my desk. And yeah. It's just more convenient. But because of this setup, I don't have enough space for my large, like I have to elevate this screen display because there's not like an arm behind it or supporting it. Yeah, I may need to update my desk eventually. Yeah, but yeah, the grass brush is a bit intense, but I'll stick to it. I need to like find out where that eye is. And I think if you want to be more painterly, measure things with your eye, but don't measure too much. Because sometimes I think the moment you become a bit too technical, like you lose the painterly aspect of it, right? So I'm not sure how I can explain that more like accurately, but yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. I like this horn. It's so like long. That's what she said. Oniga. Shima. It's so straight too. Ooh, that's a cool freaking horn. You want to help it fade out a bit, kind of like that. Yeah. Because if it's so heavy of a paint, meaning it's all like consistently like heavy and strong, I won't be able to make these like lighter strokes. Like I want to have control over those things. Oh, kind of does that a bit, right? Like this triangle thing is like the, oh, we have a little bit of underlighting, kind of like that. Yeah, I just noticed that recently. You know what? I'm gonna go back, get the ink. It's a bit too weak for me. Ink. Yeah. Okay. Coffee break. Like if you really zoom out, I mean, you have Superman here, being a Chad. You have this cool triceratops. Kind of wonky, but it's made out of love, so there you go. Let's make it darker. It's kind of, it actually has a little bit of a square jaw, right? Let's add some, because in the background there's like blue, like a nice sky. Ooh, look at that. Oh, we won't do it everywhere. We'll just hit like a spot. We'll make it like kind of like a square thing. Oh, that's a cool freaking dinosaur. It's a little bit like yellow, like that. Like it fades out a bit. Oh, it's okay. It's not a bad. It is bad, but you know, I don't have time. Yeah, next time I'll try to be a bit more. Did I draw it? I kind of don't wanna. Bad. It's not bad. Come on. That's how I cope, by the way. I'm sure you have your own coping mechanisms. Oh, it's not bad. It's just a sketch, guys. You know, I'm just experimenting. That's how I cope. Yeah, I want to remove these lines by just painting over it. Oh, look at, oh, funny guy. Clean up the silhouette. Give it a bit of give it a bit of a haircut. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a pointy ass horn. Dangerous. I mean, look at that. That's not a bad freaking dinosaur. Oh, could it be better? Sure, but this brush, the grass brush, yeah, you make it. You're in the club. There you go. Oh my god. Oh, there you go. Not bad.